right now there's a lot of question marks, and Paddy set to ready, and the match is going live.
Here we go, first round.
I'm gonna... Okay, I can see already pre-nade motivation coming up from who's got the nade out.
Looks like Assault Man Gaming on both sides. Every team has 5 assaults. Here we're
It's
a lot of regs in this
be
first round.
It's going to be raining explosives.
Oh, but nobody's pre-nading. Everyone's holding them.
I
Yeah,
don't think they...
there's a couple nades in the garden now, but nobody's there. GB's not interested.
No. And...
Asbo's making the push, or he's holding basement their side. We've got 2 GB players in warehouse just waiting for somebody to push them, but they're not.
Yeah, underground, Paddy's pushing towards ladder and pulling back again. Asbo is doing great work right now for C2 though.
Yeah, really holding down that basement push, and since there's a lot of GB players in that like, Buddy's there. He wants to go up, but Asbo's up there. Oh, he sees the cloak. He knows he's there. Does get that kill. It's a 3v2 right now for C2. C2's got 3. GB's only got 2. Marumo's at 29 HP, so he really needs to be careful. If he dies here, then it's just a solo BK alone. Putty gets an important kill, equalizing here.
So they should know where both the players are. Oh.
That's a rough nade there. Like Carcano Cowboy killing his teammate in probably the most important round of the match. Oh no, loses.
Yeah, he positioned himself really badly after that chaos as well.
Well, GB takes the first round. It was looking like C2 had an advantage, and they just kind of threw it away. One player got picked off solo, and then team nade, and now, worst of all, Carcano Cowboy is at -1 XP. Guess what you get to play with? And
oh no.
Wisely picking up the recon here to at least maybe salvage something. We'll see where he goes with it.
Yeah, at least recon MPN can work something. So let's see.
He's just holding an angle like he's at assault right now. He does get a drop on a GB player, but Lamp takes the kill instead.
And C2 is again getting a favorite. And Agile got the nade and got heavy damage on himself as well. Down to 6 HP at Horseshoe. So it was an 8 trade right now.
Eurectus is holding the exit of Horseshoe, so while there is 2 GB players literally right next to each other, he does have a good angle. So can he get the first kill and get the second? He's got to get them both.
Okay, Carcano's up the weapon. Carcano's up against 2 assaults right now in the tunnel region, so he's kind of stuck. He can't do much.
Agile pushing out from Horseshoe, linking up with his teammate there before Lamp was able to trade. Well played by them, linking up after getting a kill. That's the GB standard right there. As soon as they start losing players, they try to go back to their team.
It was really bad engagement angle for Carcano. Once he did his rush, he was basically stuck, and from that point forwards, if you fail your rush and don't get a kill, you're like a sitting duck with your reduced HP.
Yeah, I think Carcano really showing he's not as comfortable with recon there, because he's just basically playing that angle like he would in assault. And unfortunately wasn't able to get enough damage on that early kill to get him out of the MPN trap, so it's starting to look really GB favored even though we're only 2 rounds in. They're really starting to steamroll ahead on the XP. No MXs yet though.
Yeah, that they could, but yeah, they don't. They feel comfortable. So Lamfara pre-nade.
Oh, great nade from Lamp.
Nice.
Catches BK right on his feet.
Yeah, that was so spot on. It was beautiful. Back to 4v4.
But the team play from Putty and Muffin here in Garden, allowing them to equalize quickly. Looks like C2's taking a much more defensive approach this time. Oh, great nade from Eurectus!
No.
Not again! No, this is not what you want to see as C2 here. But Carcano Cowboy finally getting a kill. Oh, how is he not dead? Oh, Carcano Cowboy, you gotta be shooting yourself for that one.
5 HP on Marumo.
Putty's at 19. They're very low against 2 full HP C2 players. This is C2's chance. They have to win this round. They need to stem the tide. This is their chance. But Putty's excellent really positioning, and
C2 was not together, so no trade. It was an easy trade, but nothing.
And 8-Ball is looking around like he doesn't know where Putty is too.
Oh no! That was really bad. He could have stayed hidden, but he made so much noise, and Putty doesn't know he cloaked there.
Yeah, I mean he might have heard it now, but like 8-Ball, are you gonna pick up the
Putty
ghost?
doesn't know where he is. Putty doesn't know where he is.
Oh, he sees him now though, and he gets him. Oh, that's
Wow.
heartbreaking. You hate to see it. C2
Yeah, I
kind
mean-
of crumbling early here on Envoy.
And on all 3 rounds, C2 is in it, but they just fumble.
And as like it's the first 3 rounds are really important on this map because guess what? Now there's a scary gun that comes into play.
Oh no! This is getting ugly now.
Oh,
It's going to be
we
two
got
MXs support.
that's see Agile is picking up that support here as I assumed he might. I'm assuming that's Agile. I actually haven't found him yet.
It was Agile,
Right, good.
but he didn't go MX last round. So Marumo has an MX, but it counted. I think one of them went ZRS still, although they have the ability to be 3 MXs this round. So again, C2 has the advantage. Come on, turn it into a round when you've got this.
Oh, great nade.
Like, beautiful.
I missed it, but that's fantastic. So we got Lamph and another player gearing up for Gridway over here. They're trying to feel out where the enemy player is and maybe even get control of the ghost.
You really can't, like, you get the advantage and you still get picked off 1 by 1, no trade.
Good
Absolutely
call.
no
Good
trade.
call from here by C2 to pick up the ghost here. He's running in with the ghost before he even calls out a player. He gets rushed by 2 GB
Okay,
players as well.
3
But now it's
versus
3v1, and you have the ghost in a pressure position.
AK's going to backstab the ghost.
Oh,
Nope,
if you
it's too late.
if you didn't turn around April, you could cap. Just ignore him. Go cap. Oh,
He probably couldn't.
if he gets through that doorway, he can
I
maybe
think he
wiggle
could
his way
make
to a
it.
victory.
Yeah, maybe if it was faster, but at that point it was too late because I think he would have been shot in the back.
Yeah, good point. But very, very important. That round is huge for C2 here. It stems the
Yeah.
tide, catches them up a little bit in that XP. We see that MX on Agile here again as support. Yeah, and then we have we have a support for the other team too here now. Lamp picking up support for his team, finally getting that 4 XP to get that MX. We'll see where he goes.
So they're mirrored again, which is it's really important for C2 this round as well to show them that they can actually close the rounds. They start good and they close good. They
Looks
really need it.
Looks like Lamp and 8-Ball are holding up in Gridway, hoping that GB push. Look, very defensive from them this round. They really want GB to push into them. They're saying, hey, Muffin gets a nade. Great nade by him.
Right now, nothing's happening in. Okay, GB is pushing slowly. Horseshoe. Right now, Carcano's watching though from the lobby area.
Looks like they're picking up the ghost here with Muffin. They're trying to call out the enemy players. Quick frags from both sides here. Agile's trapped at 10 HP near Horseshoe. Putty gets a kill and Garden. Muffin baiting him in with the ghost, calling out where the enemy players are. There's only 2 of them left, so they... Oh, now there's only 1 left. They gotta stop the cap. He's moving with the ghost while he's fighting Agile at Z. He does get that nade. Can he stop the cap? BK's pushing behind him. They do know each other's there. But BK gets the kill.
One of the mistakes that Eurectus did was that he actually got backstabbed from Z. From guys coming from Horseshoe, and Carcano should have relayed hopefully the information to Eurectus, but still, it happened. He got shot in the back. So minor details that actually caused problems for C2.
Looks
Maybe
like
next round.
there's a Supa play on. Muffin's picking up the Supa here. Probably gonna go Horseshoe with that. Once again, never fails to call out that room was his idea. Never letting Hosami have that. Actually, he looks like he's opting to... Nope, he's confused. He doesn't know what he wants to do. All right, Muffin. Okay, you are finally going to Horseshoe as expected. And there is a player there.
Yep.
But nade doesn't hit.
Very palsy playing Assault Supa in this place.
Oh, Agile gets picked off trying to push out underground. Nice. Looks like GB getting backstabbed from Horseshoe. 5-3. This is a great early start from C2 here. Lamp pushing up in Garden as support. He's like, okay, I don't see anybody. Where the fuck are you?
Time to team up now. You can't let them pick you off 1 by 1 anymore. Okay, 5 versus 2. 8 balls struggling on the ladders. Got up into Z. Okay. BK and Maruma is playing off of each other. It's ZRS and MX right now, so they've got the firepower. They got...
Oh, getting some free damage here on the GB players here. They're trying to stop the ghost, but it's really hard to stop players in this area when they have the mana advantage.
5 versus 1. BK.
Looks like they're just trying to just force it down.
Oh,
BK's
wow.
getting kills though.
8 ball dropped the ball there. Hey, hey.
Oh, BK's about to get shot in the back here. Gets out of that way right in time, so he's getting lit up. He's trying to block the cap, but
yeah,
they can just bounce back and forth, and he's gonna get killed here. Yep. Tough hold there, but well played by C2. Getting that early advantage 5-3 and finally capitalizing on it. Love to see it.
Yeah. But definitely could see BK's experience because he was really positioning himself very well and playing it by the book. But too bad he was 1 versus 5.
Yeah, and
so little you can do.
When you're trying to pressure both the museum cap and the other cap, like, it's so hard to bounce between them. They're just like so many routes that they can cut you off on. So it's really difficult when the ghost gets in that position.
Okay, weapon trades for C2, 3 MXs. Eurectus gets an MX from one of the supports right now.
No Presence Garden from... They're going late Garden here with Lamph. Well, GB pushed up, but... don't capitalize on it yet. Oh, 8 ball gets a great nade. Sounds like in storage.
That was beautiful. That was beautiful nade by 8 ball. And he has time to EM, technically. Oh, 5 versus 3.
Agile dying in that basement section again. Trying the same push, but again, it's not paying off for him. Looks like we've got a player thinking about going for the trade in Horseshoe, but he can't. He's trying to get up on that. You can't get up on that box, I don't think, buddy. Sorry.
2 C2 guys stuck still in tunnel.
Oh, we're about to see fighting Garden here. Putty gets the kill on Lamph, but he gets traded immediately by 8 ball.
Finally got traded, but one of them wasn't the trade, so they actually closed the gap to, what is it, like 3-2? Yeah.
Yeah, Marumo and BK playing reasonably close together. Marumo's got like an angle on the ghost. BK's trying to hold the spawn, but nice, BK can't hold the spawn. Now Eurectus is in a good spot to like flank, but Marumo's going back to spawn, trying to catch him out.
Yeah, they're close to each other right now, but this is not the time to go solo. Eurectus still got lucky getting one of the picks.
He's pushing forward, trying to get a kill while the ghost isn't looking,
nice.
But doesn't get it.
Oh, we've got a game on now.
It's 3-4. C2 coming back strong. Now they have 4 players who are all sergeants, so they have access to 4 MXs, while GB only has access to 3 unless BK or Muffin are willing to take a
the
support.
thing is with C2, a round win is a round win, but 3 out of 4 rounds they lost to GB. C2 was actually in it. They just made some really silly mistakes or just were plain unlucky. I guess the nade knowledge wasn't there, but the game is on. The confidence is in.
Looks like we got nades out from both sides here. We have heavy Garden presence this round. Looking, nades flying, but no, nothing connecting. An aggressive push here from Marmo gets one, but immediately gets naded by 8 ball. There's one more player where he just died though. Oh, Frank's flying fast left and right.
Lamfada had a really good positioning against who he killed Marumo, I think. So it was very, very beautiful to see. It was technically a crossfire as well at the same time. What happened there?
So GB is very split right now. BK is way in the back. Putty's holding a cheeky angle where he can cover both basement and a horseshoe, but he's getting called out right now.
Okay.
3 players on C2. One of them a full health assault, or sorry, support. So he's got definitely the firepower and the HP to just ram it into the ghost cap if he wants. Putty's positioning to Z here. Gets caught up by Carcano.
Yeah, and BK wasn't there to trade either. So this time they were really split up, so that didn't play into their favor at all.
BK's getting flanked too. He's getting shot in the ass. Can he get this kill? It is not.
Nice. 4-4.
We've got a game, ladies and gentlemen. It is evened up from his 0-3 start. C2 has clawed their way back in this game. Oh, this critical first map.
This is C2 pick, and I really want them to take this map. I'm not biased, I just want them to take this map because on Red Plate I don't have much hope for them.
Yeah, so I think that considering that this is the second game C2 has played, this is the first time they're playing as a, this tournament is the first time they're playing as a team. To come back from an 0-3 deficit on Envoy, that's really impressive. Kudos to them.
Indeed.
Looks like GB's just holding Horseshoe. They don't want to push it this round. Nade's flying left and right in Garden, but nobody's getting anything.
Yeah, and C2 playing double tunnel again.
Looks like one's pushed up in the center for GB here.
Beautiful
Gets caught
nade
out
again.
by Asbo. But Agile equalizing a little bit here in the warehouse.
4v2. Okay. C2 needs to group up. It was well spotted from C into the. Okay, good. Erectus really.
4v1. They are in sync now. They're on point. They're getting these individual pickoffs, and it's leading them to a huge advantage.
Yeah, this is right now what's happening. This round was systematic. C2 was very on top of what they were doing. Crossfires and peeking after one disengaged, calling out where the enemy is. At least expecting them to call out where the enemy is, because you can always get sound cues from the MX. It's slightly loud.
We've got something spicy. It's AA time. You love to see it. I would really like to see that someone on GB throw BK and MX. He's the only one struggling, like with Muffin right now, struggling to get to that MX, and he really shines when he has it. So you gotta sometimes really just take a loss for yourself to power up your teammate here.
Carcano, I would have expected him to go to right now.
He's just holding a really weird angle with the AA of all things. It's not a great angle to hold with that weapon.
For that weapon, it's one of the worst angles. Yes, discounting obviously long range engagement, but this here, I wouldn't use it there. Maybe an off angle works, but it's hard to make it work.
We still got a lot of standoff action in Garden, but it looks like a lot of the players are fighting over warehouse this round. Trying to get that trade, he does. Edgio pushing up in Garden. Now they're trying to put the pressure on C2, and it's looking like it's working this round. But AA don't care. Marmo's getting caught out in the Garden too, now that Edgio's no longer there to back him up. Now it's Putty against Putty BK. 3v2.
Favors, yeah, C2 again in the lead. Although the start was a bit scrappy, and one of the good things right now is that BK and Buddy aren't that close together, but if you engage under a bad angle, they can still trade off of each other. Okay, so they know where Putty is. Putty is on 22 HP. He's in the garage source.
Yeah, he really wants to get that kill on him, but BK finds somebody instead.
Yeah.
Way back in the spawn, like he must have been predicting that Carcano would try and flank around. Now he's linked up with Putty here, so they can coordinate together. Right after Putty gets, can you get the trade? They already moved. All 1v1, ooh. 70 versus 70. Lamp has the weapon advantage, and he knows where BK was. BK's assuming that a player was coming to flank him, and he might be right. But now he's on the rock, so that's a risky spot to be in a 1v1, especially when you're just cloaked.
Yeah.
Oh, I was worried Lamp was gonna like choke that for a second when the spray started after he jumped, but it worked perfectly.
That was a long spray, but he got it. He got the advantage. BK was playing it really brave though. I'm surprised.
Yeah,
because,
like
he was on a fucking big rock and close.
In the center of Garden. That's like as come and get me as it is. Like if you're that confident that you can like counter spray somebody when they see you up there, or you know where the enemy is, sure. But like that was very, very risky. C2 might be falling into the lieutenant weapon trap here, as though we see both a SRS and an AA picked up. We'll see if Lamp is able to get some quick kills with this SRS. He does. Boom. Putty's dead.
Wow, nice.
There's other players where that came from. You don't peek the SRS. Are you insane? You're mad. But, alright, they don't. I thought they would for sure, but nope, they thought better of it. Muffin holding Horseshoe here. BK trying to like bait the SRS to come in, but nope. Agile holding basement. Marma covering his ass. A lot of... GB has to play defensive here. They have to hope that C2 just pushes into them and feeds kills because they're already down a player.
Putty is not happy with being shot one hit without a headshot right now with an SRS.
Agile's pushed up in Garden though, trying to bait some players out. Looks like he does, gets winged a little bit for it, but Carcano moves forward.
Oh, well played. Lampada is wrecked right now.
Yeah, they are just full on collapsing on GB. They know exactly where he is too. So what do you do here? You run into an AA and die. Okay, yeah, that was your best chance, honestly. If you managed to kill that player, you could have taken the AA, and then pushing into this spawn here is terrifying against an AA player, especially when you have one of your players with an SRS. But
yeah, it's a really easy spawn to defend.
Match point.
Match point for C2.
We went 3-0 for GB early, and since then they have gotten 1 round. We have 8 rounds since the last time that they had. Oh, this is a wild match. I'm loving it.
And C2 is 5 lieutenants.
So
That's a lot.
don't see any garden play from GB this round. Not a single person. I don't see them peeking from literally anywhere. If there's one person watching the exit to like Atrium, but that's it.
The thing is, C2 doesn't need to do much. They just need to hold back.
BK holding a cheeky angle on the door, but you already have a player covering that, so I'm not sure how useful that is unless you're covering what Agile is already covering with Muffin, so...
And mind you, C2 is playing double SRS. Was that communication issue? Are they feeling powerful? What the hell?
mean, if you're...
Double or nothing.
If you're taking a strat where you're not going to be the one to push, like, I actually think that's okay. If you're saying, hey, we're going to sit back and make you peek us, and then we're going to use our weapons to take it, but...
Yeah, now it's going to be difficult. It's 3 versus 2 again, favoring GB, and now those 2 SRSs are really hard to. It's hard to hold off with these.
Lamp desperately wants Putty to push that because he knows he's there. One
Nice.
player pushing from Horseshoe here. Lamphead does not have the weapon for this.
No.
Now do we see?
Oh, almost had him. Almost had him.
He's alone though, and GB's fighting back.
I'm still not favoring on this small map 2 SRSs. One is good, but right now they lost 2 of the non-SRS players, and instantly they were in a spot of real bother.
Oh, absolutely. I think it was a huge misplay from C2 there. Like, the only way that they do well that round is if they hold back, but instead they push their opponent when they have 2 SRS players. That's you can't do that. You can only do that if you're like Deep Frog and you're like, I'm gonna get the quick scope. Like, what's the problem?
So now C2 went double AA, SRS double MX.
I mean, the AA is extremely strong on this map, so we'll see if they get in a position to use it or not.
Yes, but I'm still struggling to see the benefits in the garden area though, and the warehouse.
Like, if you get in, like, you gotta get in there, and then it's just wrecks. But like, you gotta get in there is the scary part. Looks like C2 holding back once again, waiting for GB to push up. I think that's a smart plan in general speaking. If you force your opponent to feed a kill to you first, you instantly have the advantage. And GB is the one on the back foot. They do have to get these rounds. If they just sit and get cold their spawn, eventually GB has to push into them or they will lose this match. So Asbo going for that SRS shot, but looks like Erectus is the one who catches somebody.
Yeah, that was a nice reaction to the engagement there at the tunnel region. Straight back. Okay. Well played by Carcano, got the side kill.
The double AAs are right next to each other, and so it's 2 AAs and an SRS left on C2 against the MXs of GB.
GB is pushing Horseshoe into Z in a moment. Engagement, AA lost.
Yeah, I think C2's really fallen into the Lieutenant weapon trap here. They were shooting somebody in garden with that AA and they did 0 damage just because there's too much shit in the way.
Yeah, this is not where you play an AA. Definitely not.
And they're moving the Ghost. I don't know if I don't think Erectus can catch him in time. He definitely can. He's going too slow. He's not even trying. So this is going to be a free cap for GB, and so they're going to have all assaults on 3 players.
And everyone's a lieutenant now. So let's see if GB makes the mistakes as well.
Yeah, like a 5 stack.
I'm not happy. But yeah, I'm not happy with C2's weapon pick, because after all, whoever was in Horseshoe went there with an MX, so the AAs where one was it like Tunnel, Garden, and one was Z.
Okay.
So in Z I kind of understand, but Horseshoe, MX...
Good.
No.
I'm glad that they're no longer playing the SRS. I think that the SRS is extremely difficult to use well on this map unless you are hyper defensive, and they're realizing that they are not that. So why is he switching off it? Giving that AA to another player. I do like to see more MXs. They definitely lost their last round. Oh, Lamp pushes forward, sees 2 players, and feeds himself. So now C2's on the back foot this round.
You don't need to push. There's absolutely no need to push like this. But at least there's an equalizer by Asbo in warehouse, so
he's got a very defensible position there too.
Yeah, but Lamp shit there.
Trading damage back and forth, but Putty gets the kill there, shooting through the boxes, and Marmo's there to back him up. So even if somebody pushed him, he would have held. So they do have an AA watching that angle. It's not the best angle, but it's not the worst at this distance, especially if those players are chipped, which Morimo isn't, but Putty very much is.
Yeah, and I'm still not happy. 8-ball kept pushing as well. I don't think it was a wise decision, or maybe up to that point it was by now, but beyond this, no, don't. You don't need to go anywhere.
Looks like BK's holding the ladder, and they have eyes on garden, so they know that the enemy players are just hyper defensive on either warehouse or horseshoe right now, or spawn.
8-ball, don't do it. Bad weapon. Wow.
Gets it though.
Really lucky there with Muffin. It was really pure luck right now because Muffin at the same time was pushing as well.
Oh, BK's pushing forward though. Looks like he's got a backline on the enemy. The AA does not get him. Down to 33 HP, so now it's all up onto 8-ball. He does have a good weapon, but guess what? You're a fat support. If they get that ghost, you are not stopping them. You need to move. You need to get there like right now before they realize that too.
Yeah.
He does. But no, you gotta go right.
No.
Now it's a cat.
It's a throwaway round.
Yeah. Oh, we 7-7. Are we gonna see sudden death first match? Like if this ties out, we can go to sudden death.
Indeed. Oh my, C2 throwing it.
Yeah, so we're talking about just like how dominant they were. Now it's the other foot. GB's has corrected. They're like, we've identified how you were playing. We know you're doing AAs and stuff, so we're just gonna take these angles that do not favor the AA.
Yeah,
so,
and they play 4 MXs and MXS on GB's side.
C2 finally dropping one of those AAs, 4 MX gaming on them. We've got an early ghost pickup here, trying to maybe call out some stuff in the ghost. He's holding in basement. Not a lot of guard play from this round on either team.
And Eurectus, for some reason, is playing suicide with an AA. Don't go there.
Madman.
This is... I don't get... Some of the choices. You have it. You have it.
Muffin's calling out players with the ghost. He's feeling like pretty safe in that trench there. Looks like... neither team's really willing to move here with the game, like the map on the line. Like GB's really trying to get these calls to get an open pick, but so far it's not working for him.
Eurectus was feeling brave, went around the corner with a nade in the hands. Around the corner, he doesn't know anything about it. But nothing happened there.
Trading fire back and forth in garden here. DK does go down from a long shot from Lamp.
Yeah.
So now it's technically 3 guns against 5 guns. You need to drop that ghost and equalize here. Oh, well, they do equalize before he does, but...
Gio got a kill right now. He got only chip damage of 21.
C2 got hasty. They got that 1 kill and they thought they could push. And now they're feeding themselves as a result. Now that, like, GB's broken open their line. Oh no, not like this, C2. You had the match in your hands and now it's down to a 1v4. Oh, he's to the 4 health. Gets the very important... Oh, I heard a click.
Okay.
Nope. And that's the first bet. 8-7 GB. Very tightly fought.
C2. Yeah. We did not expect to see that, which was an enjoyable spectacle, but seeing C2 fall away like that, I think it was the nerves. They had it, and then and lack of experience. I mean, you have 5 lieutenants, it's like, oh yes, we've got the power, and then they just went, objectively speaking, maybe even stupid weapon choices for quite a few rounds in a row. The first round when they got the SRS, beautiful choice. It was a element of surprise as well to actually play it by Lampada like that, and he got actually 2 picks on it. But after that, double SRS, 1 AA, double AA 13, and AA 13 going to the wrong place. I don't think it was a good